Hey everyone, SkilledMM here. Today I've got a guide on how to earn gold farming fractals. Fractals are instanced content that are between dungeon and raid difficulty, although in some cases they can be even more challenging than raids. Fractal levels range from 1 to 100, with 99 and 100 being the most difficult, and an option to complete those two levels in challenge mode, which is even more challenging, like the name says. Now, the exact farm I'll be talking about today only focuses on one fractal and a certain level. This is the Fractal 42 farm. The Fractal 42 farm is run in the Captain Maya Trin boss fractal. This fractal focuses on killing the boss Maya Trin along with her henchman simp Oric. There are a few phases during this fight where you will swap between fighting Maya Trin or Horic, and there are a few mobs here and there that your group clears, but the main focus in this fight is always fighting these two bosses. Once the instance loads, one person is responsible to drop the White Mantle portal device. You can acquire this portal device through the Wing 3 merchant, and it's also a possible drop from Zera, the last boss on Wing 3. You will clear out the first mob before the door. After killing the mobs in the first room that contain one champion in Quest Technician and his guards, all 4 members of the party that are not responsible for the portal must /GG. As the person that is responsible for the portal, they will wait for Maya Trin to walk to Horic. Once she says the first line of dialogue towards him, the person drops the second part of the portal and /GG as well. This skips the long dialogue between Maya Trin and her simp. Since Fractal 42 farm is a speedrun, dialogue must be skipped to fit as many runs as possible in an hour. As the fight starts, Oric will throw yellow bombs to damage the group. Oric will shoot an electric bolt that creates a lightning damaging area of effect that pulses every second. One person will be selected to drop Electric Blast, otherwise known as Purple Bomb. Every pulse from the created area of effect also removes Captain Maya Trin's shield buff stacks that make her immune to damage. Players who are targeted are marked with a purple icon over their head. As soon as the bomb lands, Maya starts to lose the Captain's shield stacks. Once her Defiance bar is broken, it's going to allow her to take multiple damage. Please advise the Power Renegade in your party to take care of the Defiance bar. Maya Trin phases every 25% of her health bar. Once she phases, you take the fight to Horic. He usually spawns a couple of veterans, but following the same system of the primary targets always being Maya and Horic, and clearing the ads does bring you extra XP and loot, but since speed is the primary focus of this farm, you will always want to stay on the bosses. Repeat the cycle of every phase until they reach their final 25%, which you will then kill Horic before Maya Trin teleports one last time and you kill her to end the fractal. This entire run should only take you about 2.5 minutes, being on the average best, and 3.5 minutes being on the more slower side. Overall, a minimum amount of runs you want to target is 16 runs an hour. With a try-hard group, you could probably push to about 25 runs an hour, and anything between those numbers will be your average fractal group. Now, the following data is from a player in the Excel guild. Overall contributions is about close to 500 runs for this data, so it's a pretty accurate data set. You will notice that the gold per hour differs between each fractal title rank that you have. Even if you do not have any fractal ranks, you can see that the gold per hour beats even most map farms in the game. With Fractal God rank, you are hitting close to 50 gold per hour. Fractal God title grants about a 50% increase in your farm, and you're likely to get double the drops. If you do not know how to get the ranks, there is an NPC named Deror who sells you missed attunements that grant you the rank. Each attunement level costs more than the previous one, so it is a grind to get to the final attunement level, level 4, which grants you the Fractal God. The ranks include some bonuses as well that mostly enhance your player in fractals. Fun fact, the NPC is named after a known Guild Wars 2 player. If you need to check on how many days it would take you to get each rank, Discretize has a cool calculation tool that does all the work for you. To get an accurate number, you can also use your API key and input the key into the tool and see how long it would take for each rank. Now, even without the title, Fractal 42 is still a profitable farm that even the lower Fractal players can still be assured that it can be worth their time. There is one bottleneck in the farm, which is really more for people who want to maximize their profits even further. This bottleneck is mostly on getting the Fractal keys from stabilizing matrices. You can also purchase 60 discounted keys using silver and relics. Getting the Fractal keys from stabilizing matrices is a bottleneck, and you can only purchase 60 discounted keys using silver and relics. The first set of discounted keys is 30 keys, and you can purchase these at 20 silver, 1 relic per key. The second set of 30 keys can be bought at 25 silver and 1 relic per key. Now keep in mind this is a daily cap, so you can only purchase these once a day. If you are a farmer of 42, you are also getting a lot of relics at the same time. As long as you can get that many encryptions, you're better off using your relics to buy keys. Now for the rest of you who don't want to bother with this, you can actually skip this piece of information, and you could probably just list your excess boxes on the trading post. Now the upgrades and boosts that you do need for this farm. Fractal 42 luckily does not require that many boosts. As the gain on the gold per hour will be very small, it would be a waste to try using boosters. For food, you do want to have the dragon's breath buns. They give power, which helps in killing the bosses faster, and also a 10% XP gain, which helps you gain more spirit shards. The enhancement portion you want to use is the powerful potion of slaying Scarlet's army. The mobs in this fractal are considered part of Scarlet's army, so they will be affected if you take this potion, which increases power and also a 15% XP gain, meaning you have a total of 25% XP gain without having to waste any of your own boosters. The only other boosts you need are the large mist potions, each granting more speed, defense, and outgoing damage to ensure a fast run. Now here's the group comps that you need to run through this farm. Fractal 42 groups should always have a heal brand and alacrity. The other 3 slots can always be filled with any of the following classes. They are listed in order of preference, but of course this also depends on what class your group mates are comfortable playing with. You can find builds for these classes on both Snowcrows and Discretize. I put the links in the description below. The websites also have benchmark videos and full details on rotations for every class. With that being said, that's all you need to know on how to farm Fractal 42. If there is anything I missed in the video, feel free to comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leave a like for the algorithm. If you want to know when content goes live for this channel, you can turn on the notifications. And until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you when I see you.